Enti Misuro Anajubu Bombiara Misuro Anajubu Bombiara Ononima Kucham Nima Kucham Nanimu Anije Ninu Nasina Metana when I'm wrapped up in your love, dancing to my gospel song. Feel blessed. I feel blessed, 'cause your promises are sure. They are yea and amen. Feel blessed. I feel blessed when your mantle is upon my life. I can dance like David dance. Let me hear you feel safe, feel blessed. I feel blessed when your mantle is upon my life. I can dance like David dance. We want on that team, ooh Lord. Blessed. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Namesu eradise wunimi banko bianima bankese yankupana medeme ho matoso. Surely He will deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. And in the name of He who died and rose again, shall you succeed and be blessed in the name of Jesus. Hallelujah. He done this in the Most High, Almighty God, Creator of the heaven and earth, in the supreme ruler. Blessed. I feel blessed when I'm wrapped up in your love, dancing to my gospel song. Feel blessed. I feel blessed, 'cause your promises are sure. They are yea and amen. Feel blessed. I feel blessed when your mantle is upon my life. I can dance like David dance. Feel blessed. Let me hear you feel safe, feel blessed. Feel blessed. I feel blessed when your mantle is upon my life. I can dance like David did. Let me hear you say, ooh Lord. Everybody sing, ooh Lord. We want on that team, we can, ooh Lord. Didn't me shuffle, she been near me. Mommy, don't move from Eddie Dibia. Joe, me consumer, and Mojo, Namanum, shall make your man. Joe, me consumer, and Mojo, Namanum, shall make your man. Enti, Misuro, and I do Bombiara. Misuro, and I do Bombiara. Ononima Kucham, Nima Kucham, Nanimu Anije, Ninu Nasina Metana. Feel blessed. I when I'm wrapped up in your love, dancing to my gospel song. Feel blessed, feel blessed. I feel blessed, 'cause your promises are sure. They are here and amen. Feel blessed, feel blessed. I feel blessed when your mantle is upon my life. I can dance like David dance. Feel blessed, feel blessed. Let me hear you feel safe, blessed. Feel blessed, feel blessed. Yeah. I feel blessed when your mantle is upon my life. I can dance like David dance. Feel blessed, feel blessed. We want to let you move, ooh Lord, yeah. Blessed. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Namesu erade se woni mi gban ko bia ne mabanke se yankopana me de me ho matoso. Surely He will deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. And in the name of He who died and rose again, shall you succeed and be blessed. In the name of Jesus. Hallelujah. He had done this in the Most High, Almighty God, Creator of the heaven and the earth, in the supreme ruler. Blessed. Feel blessed, feel blessed. I feel blessed when I'm wrapped up in your love, dancing to my gospel song. Feel blessed, feel blessed. I feel blessed, 'cause your promises are sure. They are yea and amen. Feel blessed, feel blessed. I feel blessed when your mantle is upon my life. I can dance like David dance. Feel blessed, feel blessed. Let me hear you feel safe, blessed. Feel blessed, feel blessed. Yeah. I feel blessed when your mantle is upon my life. I can dance like David did. Let me hear you say, ooh Lord, yeah. Everybody sing, ooh Lord, yeah. We want to let you look at, ooh Lord, yeah. You've been so long. You didn't me shuffle, hearing me. Mommy, don't from Eddie Dibia. Joe, me consume a mojo, Namanum, Yasham, Mikurama. Joe, me consume a mojo, Namanum, Yasham, Mikirama. Enti, Miss Rob, and I do from Biara. Miss Rob, and I do from Biara. Nima kucham, Nanimu anije, Ninu nasina metina. Feel blessed, I feel blessed when I'm wrapped up in your love, dancing to my gospel song. Feel
Can't you come to bed?
I'll be with you. I'll be with you something.
Come on, let's go to bed too, and you're doing this.
Sir? Sweetheart, I think it's getting late. You should come to bed.
Get the best-selling novels, The Deal, and Perfect Couple by Uncle Whyte at 40 Ghana cedis each. Available at all Shell shops, selected bookshops, and total filling stations. For inquiries, call 050-554-6010 or WhatsApp 050-554-6030 for your copies.
Hello, and welcome to Encore, the Facebook Live platform on which we discuss all things love, marriage, sex, relationship, and what have you. They call me Uncle Whyte. I am a chief servant with the Roverman Productions. But for the purposes of this platform, all you need to know is that I'm dedicated to working with you to become your best self. Once again, you are very welcome. I'd like to say thank you to Efe and KY who held the fort last week. In case you were wondering, last week I came in here thinking this was my show. I came and two of my children have decided that we can do the show some. And so they put me in the corner and then they did their own thing. And mine, I had a good time. I'll get them to do this more often. And all the guys who came in with their 2 cents from time to time. So thank you to the team for the wonderful work they did last week. I realized that the community was very, very active. I know many of you didn't miss me last week, which is not too good for me, but it's good for the platform and it's good for you. But I'll bring some more people. I have more crazy children. And every now and then, I'll bring them for you to see and experience the context in which I live. I'm surrounded by crazy people. And the more crazier they are, the more I love them. Maybe that's why they get crazier every day. Well, today, I am going to host two of the community, members of the community. And then two of my favorite people. So you'll meet them. I'll get them to introduce themselves very soon. I asked for the background of one of them, and Ken gave me the kind of background that I know can be correct, because he said the woman is an astronaut. Then later on said, is either she's an astronaut or the husband is an astronaut. I said, Ghanaian astronaut? No. Hey, Ken, shut up. But we'll get to that. Before we go to that, I wanted to share a presentation with you. I want to talk about what happy people do to make their marriages and relationships successful. If you find somebody happy in a relationship, it is not automatic. It did not just happen. That person has taken certain steps and done certain things to be able to be happy in a love relationship. Because if you do not do it right, a love relationship can be your biggest headache. It could be the thing, it can mess you up so much that you would wish to take your life. And a lot of people have done so, especially those who don't say they will take their life. I have always said to people when I counsel them, the guy said if I leave her, she will die. She will kill herself. I said, those who will kill themselves, they don't announce it. So once they announce, no, this one is safe. But those who are happy in their relationships, what do they do to make it so? Before I go on to this presentation, we know Valentine is here. We are in the season. Normally on the 14th, many of you would have gone out with your partners. Now, this year, because of COVID-19, going out will not work. Come to think of it, COVID is a wonderful opportunity for the stingy men. Now, if you say, oh, so why are we going on the 14th? Oh, COVID in track, COVID, you know, COVID in tea. And you ask, but even when COVID hadn't come. Yeah. So it's a very good excuse for a lot of people. Eh? No, because of COVID. Oh, I would have taken you to Kempinski. But COVID in tea. Well, because of that, we know that you will not be able to go out. So what we have done is that we're going to come your way with an event. Roverman is putting together something fantastic for the 14th. And we'll give you the details in the course of the show. But for now, let's go on to our presentation. Oh, by the way, at the end of this month also, on the 28th, I'll be doing my first webinar. Talking about a love. We're picking up a topic for a love in our marriages and love relationships, and we're going to have an extended time, a beautiful time on webinar. Again, stay tuned. The details will be given here. Now to my presentation, what people do to be happy in their relationships. Number one, they love themselves first. You know, if you do not love yourself and you are depending on a love relationship to make you feel loved, no, big mistake, big mistake. You've got to love yourself first. You've got to be comfortable in your skin. You've got to love your company, your own company, first. And then the relationship becomes an extra. I love to say that people, unless you can say to your partner that, you know something, I don't need you in my life because my life is complete without you. But I thank God that I still have you in my life. But you are not the one who makes my life. Until you can be able to say this to your partner, I mean it. Because if you don't mean it and your partner says, okay, all right, I'm okay. But it's a wonderful place to be, knowing that I am okay. With or without you, I'll be fine. I may grieve the loss, but hey, I had a life before you. I'll continue to have a life without you, even though I would have preferred to have that life with you. But if I have to have it without you, oh, I would also be cool with that. Number two, they don't neglect their support system. We all have support systems, or we should all have support systems. It begins with your family, your parents, your siblings. Sometimes the people you went to school with, especially if you went to a good school like here in UST. I was expecting an applause. Yeah. For those of you who do not know, I just got into trouble with something I said before the program began. So this one was by my way out of the doghouse. They don't neglect their support system. And your support system, your parents, your siblings, your friends, some of the people you grew up with in the same neighborhood who have moved on to become friends, sometimes even part of the family, sometimes colleague in the office. Your support system are the people you run to when your back is against the wall. They don't neglect them. Don't neglect them. Too many of us make the mistake as soon as we get into a love relationship, then nobody else matters anymore. We don't check on anybody. We don't call on anyone. We sink ourselves so deeply into the relationship and into the life of this other person that it leaves no room for anything else. If you're doing that, big mistake. Happy people don't do that. Yes, they may be in a relationship. It may be exciting, but they make the time to check on their friends. They make the time to be there for their friends, in addition to being in that relationship. Number 3, those who are happy in their relationship, they did not rush into it. They did not rush into the relationship. If you rush into a relationship, it will blow up in your face. It takes time to build a solid relationship. It takes time. It takes time to get to know yourself in the relationship. And it takes time to get to know the other person in the relationship. It takes time to even wear the relationship well, so that you know we can make this thing work. They don't rush into it. Now, listen, no matter how advanced we become in our times, with all these gadgets and things like that, certain things in life can't be rushed. It can't be rushed. Building a love relationship is one of them. Number 4, they don't act desperate in a relationship. Too many people act desperate in their relationship, desperate to move their relationship on to the next level. So when are we going to marry? When are you going to come in to see my people? When are you coming to see my parents? And things like that. Now, if you do that, the young man will run. It's the reason why one of my boys here has been running all his life. Now he has stopped. Have you realized that as soon as he has stopped wearing shoes now, he wears Kambu. Because he's always running, because for some reason, Ken, if you clear your throat again, I'll let you go and test for COVID. I'll let you go and test for COVID. Because 2 weeks into a relationship, when are you coming to see my parents? When are you going to in one of the companies I worked with in the other dispensation of my life, the young man meets a girl at circle, likes the girl. They talk about it. He comes to the office the next day and says, "Oh, guess who I met? I met this beautiful girl at circle, and we hit it off right." That day, when he closed and went home, the girl had gone to pack her things and was in the house waiting for him.
Simple. She shoots her shots.
No, don't act desperate in your relationship, and don't act. If you leave me, no, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. It can't be right that the person you met when you were 25, if he leaves you, your life would end. Especially when you just courted for 6 months. I mean, come on. No, they don't act desperate. There's something about a human being. I don't know if you've noticed this. When the human being knows you don't need something, he's more willing to give it to you. Did you hear me? If people get to know you don't need something, they will offer it to you. When they know you don't need it. When they know you need it, they will not give it to you. If you drive an expensive car, a very expensive car, all your friends want to offer you their cars. If you drive the kind of car that you push to start, even if you say that your mother needs to be right to the hospital, they won't give you their cars. Because you need that car. They won't give it to you. So don't act desperate in a love relationship. Number 5, again, we're talking about the things that happy people, those who are happy in their relationship, the things they do. Number 5, they have realistic expectations. You realize that I come to this point a lot because unrealistic expectations are a killer to a relationship. They have realistic expectations. Boys would act a certain way. Girls would act a certain way. Be realistic about that. A relationship has its ups and downs. Be realistic about that. The two of you will not always be laughing. You may not always even like each other. You may continue loving each other. The love may never cease. But liking him, from time to time, you don't like him. You may wake up in the middle of the night and turn to him and wish you had what it takes to kill him. And especially kill him in such a way that nobody will know he was killed, that he died a natural death. Realistic expectations. If you married a writer, and I have a writer here, you can't go for walks because her mind will be somewhere every time. If you married somebody who climbs the ladder, the career ladder, and gets into executive leadership position, you can't expect her to come and cook dinner for you, especially if you work at a civil service and you close at 5. It won't happen. So you've got to be realistic in your expectations. And happy people are very realistic in their expectations. They know. Sometimes it is fun when you are with a couple and one of them does something that surprises you or even disgusts you, and you look at the other partner and it's almost as if they haven't seen it. But did you see that? Oh, no, Mortiano, no. Number 6, they put ego and pride aside. Love relationships are not the place to go and display how proud you are. If you can't be humble, don't go into a love relationship, because it is part of what I call being vulnerable. You've got to put your ego and your pride aside. Sometimes your partner may do something in public that will hurt you, but don't react. Put it aside. You'll have time to address it later. Don't do what some girls do. Now we bring your back to send me away. Hey. About to say, Mawari. So what are you now saying? My wife will from time to time put her hand against mine and said, "Ebo, look, I'm your white lady, okay?" I am your white, because she's fairer than me. And when you put ego and pride aside, then this even becomes funny. It becomes something that you can laugh over and not one that you can fight. Or, for instance, if you are married to somebody from Legon and you came from KNUST, and he, from time to time, shows that he believes, oh, they love us. KNUST girls, they love us from Legon. Our girls don't love us, but and then he makes a joke against your school. Oh, roll with it and let it be fun. And that comes from putting pride aside. Kwesi, my presentation is stuck. Kwesi, can you? Yes, thank you very much. Sorry, the gadget that I was using to deceive you, that I'm just saying this off with the top of my mind, just decided to show me. I'm sure it was produced by somebody from KNUSC. Come again. Yeah, but look, the point is that nobody from Legon will produce this. We don't have what it takes. No, we don't have what it takes. So just be excited that at least you do things. We watch us at the Supreme Court at the trial. That's what we do. We go and talk. Number 7, they work at being the right person. In the relationship, they work on themselves to ensure that they are the right partner for their partner. They don't obsess with, is he the right one for me? They rather turn it around and ask, am I the right person for him or for her? It makes a whole world of difference. Number 8, they express love more than disapproval. Those who are happy in a relationship, they are more positive with their comments to their partner than negative. Too many relationships struggle because one of them has made himself or herself the critic and the conduct policeman or policewoman. Why did you do this? Why did you say that? Look, the way you are eating, no, slow down, and things like that. No. When you do that, you are destroying your relationship. Why are you always like that? One, he's not always like that, but 2, so what? Because you are also always like that, whatever that is. So in a happy relationship, the couple express love to each other more. Because if all you do is to criticize me and to point out what I'm not doing right, I will process that as disapproval. I will process that as rejection. And with time, I'll begin to put on an attitude towards you as a defensive mechanism. But when I know that I have total acceptance from you and I have total love from you, it doesn't matter. And then I would even work harder to change for your sake. Number 9, those who are happy in their relationships, they are patient. They are patient in the relationship. They are patient with themselves. They are patient with their partner. They are patient with a lot of things that happen, because love can be spelled patient. It takes patience. Because guess what? We grow to become the best version of ourselves in a love relationship. And that growth takes place only when the person we are relating to is patient with us. We become better. And then they also become better. So you've got to learn to be patient in the love relationship. Otherwise, you'll kill a relationship before it has had the time to settle in. And finally, number 10. Kwesi, if you can go on to number 10 for me. Finally, number 10. Okay, so we had 12 points. Number 10. They make the relationship fun and stress-free. Fun and stress-free. I'll tell the story of one of the dark moments of my life when I dated a girl. And when we went 1 week without a fight, I celebrated it. 1 week, can you imagine? Because every statement, every conversation could result in a fight. Why did you say that? In your words being twisted around and things like that. No. Those who are happy in their relationship, they find ways of making it fun. Number 11. Those who are happy in their relationship, they give their partners reason to stay. They give their partners reason to stay. Those who are unhappy think that, but he will have to stay. Why wouldn't he stay? Where does he have to go? He will show you one day where he has to go. No, they give their partners reason to stay. And finally, number 12, those who are happy in their relationships, they set boundaries from the beginning, not later. From the beginning, I won't take this. This I won't take. I won't take you raising your voice at me. I won't. I won't take you ever lifting your hand and being belligerent with me. I won't take that. I won't take your brothers coming home here and throwing their weight around. Let them know this is my home as well. They set the boundaries from the beginning. Because the problem with failing to set boundaries from the beginning is that even though it may start off as a trivial thing, very soon it becomes such a headache, and now you can't talk about it because time has passed, and you talk about it and they ask you, why? But this one, it has always been the case. So why are you talking about it now? I won't take you leaving the washroom with all the soap sets on the wall. Please. I won't take that. Let from the beginning and be consistent with that. That is how you make your relationship happy. Well, so those are 12 things that people who are happy in their relationship do. I hope you have noted them so you can turn your relationship around or continue to make it even happier as it can be. For now, we'll take a short break. Kwesi, we'll take a short break. When we come back, you'll meet my guest for today, and then we'll go on to some fun things. Please.
Encore, or I can talk about anything uncleable, because everything uncleable has been very great this year. Okay, let's just narrow it to Encore. I must say it's been a great experience. It's been educating, it's been fun filled, it's been an event to look forward to. It's been great. It was a date. if I can put it that way, it was a date, and I'd picked a lot from the program. You know, Uncle Ebo has a way of throwing light on things that are there with you, things that you experience every day, things that are part of your everyday activities that you some way somehow not really add some meaning to. Uncle Ebo has a way of bringing light into those things, making you understand them better. Yeah, appreciating them better as far as it comes to you. And I think that's one major thing Encore did for me during the year. It just touched on everyday things that most often than not I wouldn't have paid attention to on my own, things that I may have missed. Yeah, it gave me the platform to notice them.
Welcome back, and thank you for staying with us. I realize that the community has become very, very active. The Franklin and Co. KNUSC boys, chill. I went to Legon. Okay. I wish I had gone to Tech.
Yeah,
because of one or two reasons. But I won't go into that now. So we are just having fun. I'll leave it there. Hi, Joanne.
Hi, Uncle.
How are you doing?
I'm very well. How
Great.
are you?
I'm doing great. I'm going to say something that may embarrass you a little. Can I go ahead?
Feel free, it's your show.
It is always wonderful to meet a woman who grows more and more beautiful after marriage than before.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Uncle.
So you're looking good.
Thank you.
All right. All right. Now, I said I was going to have some guests, and they are here. I'll let them introduce themselves, and then they will tell us what they do. Yes. So let me begin with you, the writer.
Hi, everyone. I'm Emanuela Obenkranting, and I'm a writer. So I write poems and self-love or self-help tips on Instagram. I write stories, and yeah, basically I give out self-love, self-care tips. Yeah.
Give me one poem, short one, shorter than one of Ken's poems. We have a poet in-house. We have a poet in-house. We don't let him say too many poems because it will take half of the program. And that will be just introduction. Do you understand me?
Okay.
Just give me a few lines, 1 or 2 lines.
Okay. He broke his heart when he left.
He broke his heart.
When he left.
When he left?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. No, that is the experience. That is the experience of Bernard.
Oh, bruh.
All right, so Emanuela, you're welcome.
Thank you, Uncle.
Yes, madam. And you?
My name is Marian Mamiama Amwakwa Kuchenyo.
Okay.
Yeah.
On Facebook, I don't use Marian. I use Mamiama Kuchenyo.
Okay.
I work with ADB.
Okay.
And I've been watching Encore from inception.
Okay.
I try as much as possible to watch it, even if I'm in the office. Every time I have my earpiece on and I don't miss it. Even if I miss it, I watch it later.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. And
So,
I love to share inspirational stuff with people. I write a lot. If you check my Facebook, well, I love to encourage people every now and then.
okay.
Yes. And today I'm here live in the studio
That's right.
to share with the family.
And to see how the magic goes
Yes,
on.
yes.
So you're welcome, Emanuela and Mamiama.
Yes.
Thank you, Uncle.
Thank you, Uncle.
Mamiama, that's the name of my mother.
Wow.
Because my mother was Amma.
Okay.
So became Mamiama to all of us. So mother, you're welcome.
Thank you, Uncle.
What has been your favorite episode, Mami? Or some of them, if maybe tying it down to a favorite may be difficult.
I love your sessions on relationships. I've been married for 9 years.
Okay.
And
Courted for how long?
A little over a year
Okay.
before we married. And I love sessions on relationships because it always makes me a better person.
Okay.
And then over the years, I've learned so much from your shows, and I'm always talking about you at home. My husband is like, Uncle Bokra, then how are you? Yesterday when I told him I was coming here, he said, hey, Corona, what the show goes on? This one is not a show. Just a few of us going to share our thoughts on Encore and all that.
Wow.
So it's made me a better person.
You know, I went to a program at Conference Center one day, and there were a group of, this was before Corona, there were a group of people standing together, and one of them called me. So I went towards this group, and they were all full of smiles, except one man among them who had this straight face, and he was staring me right in the face. So I said hi to everybody. Then when I got to him, he said, you, my wife likes you too, my wife. So, boss, it's not me. Oh. Maybe there's something you're not doing quite well at home.
Oh, wow.
Emanuela, what about you? Why do you like this platform?
I like it because it makes me grow as a person, and it helps me encourage my siblings as well and other people around me. I remember the very first time I listened to you was on Joy Prime.
Okay.
My mom never misses your shows, any of them.
Okay.
So she's always been talking about you, and I decided to listen to you one day. So it was about the characters in the Bible being used
as
in
lecturers.
the modern, yes,
Yes, as
exactly.
lecturers in a university.
Yes,
Each of them
lecturers.
comes to teach a course.
Yes.
Yes.
It was so creative. I never thought about it in that way, especially when it came to Samson.
Yes.
You mentioned that Samson didn't look as strong as we imagined him to be.
No.
Yes. And I just thought, oh, okay, so perhaps we also may not look as strong as we other people may see us to be, or we may not look like we have it, but we have a lot in us, to exhibit or to show the world.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the next one was What You Might Regret at the Age of 60.
Ah, okay. Yes.
Yeah. And the very point that I loved so much was not discovering your passion or purpose in life. So that's where I actually started my online business from, Page Writers GH. So I help people with their dissertations or their thesis. I write poems. I'm currently writing a story, and it's been so fruitful, I must say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Governor Robert, what are you saying? That is the same situation in your house? Well, then you are married to a good woman. Listen, if you find somebody, okay, we are defined by what we are drawn to. What we are drawn to reveals us. You know, so if you are drawn to sensible people, it's because you are far more sensible than the people you are drawn to. If you're also drawn to foolish people, it's because you are more foolish than the people you are drawn to. So we are defined by whatever it is we are drawn to. And if your wife or your husband is drawn to somebody like me, you are blessed because he is sensible. And of course, it helps also that I'm a little handsome. So, you know, no, that's the benefit of having this nose mask. I mean, now you can't confirm. You can't confirm what I just said. So I'll be making a bit of boast from now about what kind of wonderful nose I have and things like that. The day I stop using nose mask, that day I won't. Those things going to work out. Mariama, how does it feel watching us?
I personally feel I'm always in the studio with you because every time I watch the show, I'm in tune with it. And sometimes you see me behind my desk and I'm so happy. My colleagues are like, and then crying, I'll share every Friday. Sometimes we need you.
Yeah.
And I tell them I'm with your family.
Okay, yeah.
And every Friday I make sure I make time to watch Encore.
Yeah.
And the few times that I don't get to watch it, I watch it when I get home.
Okay.
And sometimes it's like you're speaking to my spirit.
All right.
Sometimes it's like what you're talking about is something that I may be going through at the time that you are giving the presentation. And as I listen to you and I go back to the presentations, I'm able to learn from it and then it makes my life a better person.
Ken, it makes our struggles worthwhile, doesn't it? Exactly. It does. It does. It does. It makes our, because sometimes it takes a bit. Giannis, I hope that is the way to pronounce your name. Giannis says, I pray to meet Uncle Bo in person one day. Oh. Giannis, that prayer is very easy to answer. Whenever you hear that I'm having a show at the National Theatre, just will come. And you meet me. I love to meet my patrons. Even though many of them, they come close and then they look at me and say, the man, he's busy, and then they go away. Oh, by the way, for all of you who want to meet me in person, whenever you meet me, don't look at the expression on my face. Because, unfortunately for me, I have a face that has an expression of its own. And it never reflects how I feel inside. Anytime I have walked past a reflective surface, I have been shocked. The word is shocked at the expression on my face. Oh my goodness. And I've often quarreled with myself in the reflections. What is wrong with you? Why? What is this expression? Where is it from this? So don't look at the expression on my face. It is never right. Joanne.
Yes, Uncle.
You brighten our show whenever you are able to make the time. What has it come to mean to you?
It means a lot to me because the other day at home I was joking that I'm not misbehaving because of Uncle. That there's a lot I could be doing to make your life miserable. I was joking.
Joanne, you are crazy. No, you are crazy. You are crazy. You are crazy. You are crazy. Oh my goodness.
But for me, Uncle is like weekly marriage counseling, so I'm behaving myself. So that's what it means to me. So I love to come every time I can, and like she said, it is like a family where you can bounce off your thoughts. And for me, I found that anytime there's something that's bothering me, it may not be such a major issue that I would say I need people to come and sit and let's talk about it. But by the time we are done with the session, a word or two would make me start thinking in a different way, or make me want to think about an issue another way. Then I can go back and say, it's not your fault. I'll mind you. And I've seen that it makes life lighter for me. It also gives me an opportunity to laugh and de-stress and all that. So it's nice.
No, but you are crazy, Joanne.
Oh, Uncle.
You remind me of one of my favorite ladies, and that's the one. I think I've told you. There's the chemist, the pharmacist, whose husband offended her one day, and then she served him food. She served him the food and sat in front of him while the guy was eating and said, "You know, I'm a chemist, right?"
Yeah.
He said, "Yeah." "You know I know chemicals." He said, "Yeah."
Yeah.
"You know I know the chemical that I can use to kill you, and if they do an autopsy, they won't find any trace of it."
Yeah.
And then the guy stopped eating. Break. He stopped. He said, "No, go on eating. There's no poison in that one. But I'm just telling you that just keep it in mind that I can kill you easily." That's the kind of thing. Franklin Ansa Asiedu, the KNUST guy. He said, "I went to school there. I worked there as well. You say you want to come with your wife. We would be honored to receive the two of you.
Yay.
Just let us know when you want to come, and then we would make it possible. We would host you, and we'll be very happy to host you." Efwa, where's Efwa's mic? I called for a mic for Efwa. Canison, why? What has Efe done to you?
Mics are with her at
Okay, Canison has sold some of the mics. No, Efwa, I wanted to thank you for last week and to ask you, did you get any comments from it? No, you talk. I would echo it here.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember now. Yeah, I think everyone that got back to me enjoyed last week.
Okay.
They liked the Aluka.
Yes.
They missed you, even though you think they did. They really did. And I think it was fun for the team to think of new ideas. We're all talking about our favorite episodes of Encore and which ones we would love to talk about in the future and reflect on again. So that's good.
Well, yes, what she said, to those who didn't hear, she enjoyed it. She wonders why I don't become absent more often so that they can take over the show.
I knew the translation was
Oh, you are here. You heard I'm just giving
and we were expecting you to come and take over your show.
Okay.
Yeah.
He said they were not expecting me even in the studio, but somehow I turned up. And when I turned up, they were a little bit uncomfortable because they weren't too sure whether to go ahead or not. Yeah, Effa, what is the next one?
Uncle.
Please hold out the mic to her.
I said.
No. Effa, you're looking good.
Oh, thank you, Uncle.
How do you call this one?
Tennis outfit, please. I'm going to start taking tennis lessons soon.
Woo!
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm preparing.
All right.
Yeah, Serena
All right.
Williams is my
Yeah.
Yeah. Even if not in the game, aesthetically, Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
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 Bye.
Bye.
Next bit.
I know you came. I know you. That's all. I know you came for a fight. I didn't give you one. Mommy, is there any particular topic you wish we would treat one of these days? Or a certain topic that you think you wish we could go back to?
I wish we could have a session on how couples can adjust to each other best.
Adjust before they marry?
No, when they marry.
Okay, all right. In the early days?
Yes. You know, when you are going out, it's so different from when you marry.
Yes.
And early days of marriage, first year, second year, people usually say if a couple doesn't break up the first or second year, the possibility is that they could go on for more years.
Much longer.
Yes. Because as you come under one roof, you realize you are different people adjusting to each other, learning.
That's when you discover that you didn't know each other at all.
Yes, yes. Strangers under one roof.
That's why a friend of mine said, after marriage, you either get a shock or a surprise.
Yeah.
That there's something about your partner that would either surprise you or that would shock you completely.
Yes, yes. But I personally think it all depends on the two people who are together.
Okay.
A
So
decision to
adjustment
work
in the early days.
Yes, yes. And then
Yeah.
the willingness to work on the relationship together.
Together.
Because the surprises will come
Yeah.
every day, every now and then. But it's the grace to work on it and to make things better for the two of you each and every day.
Yeah.
And I think I'm a better person. My husband is a better person.
Okay.
And we understand each other better now.
What nickname do you have for him? Do you give him a nickname?
He's called Lawrence. And I usually call him Larry.
Larry.
Yes.
That's not a nickname.
Or Larry King.
Okay, yes. Joan, I've never asked you, what nickname do you have for him?
In fact, it depends on what is happening.
Those ones are also there.
It has been Mr. Liverpool, Tasty Tom. It has gone to, oh, Uncle, when I'm teasing you, the name that comes, Inspector Bedia Kukapu has come. And for like...
Let me guess, Inspector Mediaco, he was asking some questions or he was looking for some information.
He was overdoing. So it depends on the... So I can't... There isn't one name.
I think sometimes it depends on the instance and what the person is good at. There are times he's telling you something and you are like, hey, prophet. Because you know that he definitely knows what you are saying.
Oh, it can be anything. I've named him after a fufu joint before. I mean, anything.
Wow, heavy dude.
Lalas.
Lalas.
Don Lalas. Oh,
you know,
goodness.
It's fun, isn't it?
Yes.
It is fun. Which one does he hit?
All of them. All of them. All of them. All of them.
And that's why you choose them?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm inspired by the situation.
Yeah.
When it's usually not in his favor.
Wow. Yeah, John, what topic would you want us to handle that we haven't handled so far?
When you asked the question, the first thing that came to my mind was resilience in the marriage.
Okay.
And it's in line with what she's saying, even though what Mamiama says is in the early days. But as time goes on, maybe the two of you may not have changed. People just gave up, but in their inability to react to the changing scenes of life in a good way breaks the marriage down. So for me, it's that kind of resilience that I would like us to tackle.
My attitude to my marriage changed when I read that good marriages and bad marriages have the same problems. The difference is in how the couple concerned deal with the issues. But if you're in an unhappy marriage, it's not because you were unfortunate to be hit with too many problems. The problems that you are struggling with, that is killing your relationship, are the same problems that another couple that is happy are confronted with, except that they found ways of making it work for them and making it become fun for them. And that changed things completely. Emanuela,
Uncle,
what would you want us to treat? What topic would you want to see us treat?
I think I'm here to experience marriage, but then in your earlier submission, I think the last but one point, you mentioned something like they would always give you a reason to stay, and I wish you would talk more about that.
You would give
you a reason to stay or reasons to stay.
Oh, to stay.
Yeah.
Yes. That happy, those who are happy in their relationship, they always give their partners reason to stay. Well, these two are married women. Let them answer.
About what? What is the question?
What did you think? about this issue of giving your partner reason to stay?
Reason to stay. I think it's valid. Because if every day your partner wakes up and they have one more reason to walk away, it's harder to be happy. But if you go out of your way, you're not living your life for the person, but you care about the person's happiness. So if the person says, let's do this, you would put in effort. Or if the person says, I don't like this, you will put in effort. What makes your partner smile? You go out of your way to make the person happy. Then if I'm thinking about you, I'm not wondering what else is there. I'm not wondering, hey, maybe I should have taken this other person, or what would have happened? Would my story have been different if I had chosen someone else? I don't think you should ever give your partner the reason to wonder what would have happened if I did. What could have been? Yes, exactly.
I think it's always, for me, it's always about what I should do to make my partner happy and to make myself happy. And if it's something you do to the person and you know that if you were in the person's shoes, you wouldn't be happy, you wouldn't do it. Mm-hmm. And you always have something you are working at together. It's not like me. No, I don't side on those ones. It should be about what the two of you are doing together, what you are striving for. And as you work together, there are times you step on each other's toes, but you are always willing to accept whatever you did that didn't go well, and then you apologize and then you move on. It's always the other way around. It's either he stepping on your toes or you stepping on the person's toes. Mm. But I always tell myself, you are both not perfect.
No.
Mm-hmm. And the more you are with the person, you are the only person who can step on the person's toes because you know the person more. Mm-hmm. And you spend more time with the person. So you tell each other you are not perfect. You tell each other you are working at this together and you are in this together. So every day there's something to be done. There's something to do for each other. And you realize with time you are always trying to make each other happy. He is thinking about what he should do to make you happy. Mm-hmm. You're also thinking about what you do to make him happy. And you move on and you enjoy each other's company.
Great relationships are the ones in which once you are thinking of how to surprise him, she's also thinking how to surprise you. Mm-hmm. If you can get that kind of level of commitment to one another, you are in heaven. Mm-hmm. That he travels and he's thinking about you and what can I do? What can I take home that will make her scream? I would like to hear her scream. Mm-hmm. She's also thinking about when he comes home, what do I want him to see that would surprise him? That level of commitment to one another puts the relationship in a very different class. Efwa, I've seen your note. Efwa said she has a lot of topics. Efwa, give them to Adrian and let him bring, and we will do it. Eugenia said, I met my husband in Ghana. We live in the UK. We have been together for 14 years, but married for 12. It hasn't been easy, but I know if we have managed to be together in the UK, then we can survive anywhere. Marriage is a business. One needs to cheer and work hard to make it flourish. Mm-hmm. Eugenia, 12 years, well done. I pray that you continue. Stay longer in the UK, okay? Come again? Oh, no. Stay longer in the UK. Don't come to Ghana too quick. Ghanaians who are doing well abroad, don't hurry to come back home. No, because I have always been puzzled by this. Ghanaians married abroad who are having fantastic time out there, quite often when they come here, suddenly there's pressure on the relationship. Because out there, you are insulated from all the other interferences.
Yeah.
You know, you come here, and especially if you are not prepared for it, if you didn't grow up here, and then you come, like one of my friends, a couple that came down, the wife said, in the morning, she was asleep when they were being hosted by the husband's uncle. When the man walks into the room and wakes her up, I said,
imagine.
He said, this was about 9 o'clock. And said, she sat up, looked at the man and said, Uncle, never, ever come and wake me up again, and never, ever come and ask me to cook for my husband. And then she went back to sleep. And of course, there was fire among the family.
Family meeting.
Yeah, there was fire in the relationship. And she was saying that out there, both of us work. So whoever wakes up in the morning early is fixing something. You are not waiting for someone to fix something for you.
Exactly.
Every now and then, he said, I would prepare something special. But if not, he knows better than to come and wake me up and say, maybe anyway. But in Ghana, you'll be fortunate if that morning he doesn't decide that he wants fufu. Yeah, very full. Right. Eugenia, you're not married. What kind of man are you looking for?
Interesting question, Uncle. I would say a man who is God-fearing, one who understands me.
Okay.
Of course, as a writer too, and one who listens to you a lot, like I do.
You want someone, a man who is also a writer?
No.
I would have begged you to change that one. 2 writers being married. The house will be interesting. Oh, the house will be interesting.
To be a no-fly zone.
No, the food will be burning on this thing. Each of them deep in their story and they are working. And then one of them will say, there's
That's a baby show.
I keep writing.
No, hey, it would be some way. You wake up and there's an idea floating in your mind, and he wakes up and there's an idea floating in his mind. Or there's an idea floating in your mind and you want to get up and go and write. And he too, he has woken up that day with a pen and wants some show. And then what are you saying? Mommy, who did you want to marry before you married? Because a lot of the times, we are not married to the person we thought we'd be married to, or the type. They said that this person came along and showed us that all the boxes we have put together, they are all nonsense. That he's
That's
the real
true,
deal.
It's true.
He's the real deal, and all those things were childish. This is the real deal, and we settle for that.
It's true.
So let's see.
Sometimes when I pray, I always thank God for blessing me with the man I needed.
Yes.
And not the man I wanted.
That's right. That's right.
Because at a point you realize, as you were growing up, all
right.
And I think it's been worth it.
Yeah.
It's been worth it. I actually went out with somebody for, I think, about 5 years.
Okay.
And then along the line, we broke up. I called the relationship off, actually. And I met my husband later, I think about 2 or 3 years later. And then when I met him, it wasn't so easy for me. I thought I had moved on.
But you realized you hadn't?
I hadn't. I had just tried to avoid the person all along. But with time, I got to discover myself. I got to discover who I really was and then what I needed in my life. And I've gone to appreciate what God did in my life and for bringing me the best man I really needed. And I'm a better person.
Larry,
I'm also always grateful.
This is for you. But you know, it's interesting. Mami went for 5 years and it was an offside. So when Larry
Uncle, you believe when I met him after 1 week, he said he'll marry me.
So
you don't know me, you want to marry me.
So when Larry came, also 1 week, I'm sure that the first day he said, "Whoa, man, I don't have 5 years. I don't have 5 years to wait. We are doing the thing."
Life is
no, I'm happy. I'm happy. And 9 years and counting.
Yes, you were 9 on 28th January.
Okay, that's wonderful. May you have multiples of 9
Amen.
into infinity.
Amen.
More. Joanne.
Yes, Uncle.
It's always a joy to have you.
Oh.
I was going to ask you a question, but I'm looking at the time.
Oh.
So, Emanuela, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much,
Mami,
Uncle.
Thank you,
wonderful
Uncle.
joining us. Larry, thank you for being a part of the show.
Yes.
Oh, and Liverpool, thank you also for being a part of this show.
I beg you.
My goodness, Joanne, this will not be a happy times in your home. No, Liverpool is not doing well.
Oh, it's not because of the football team. It's a different. It has nothing to do with football. It has nothing to do with football.
Whoa. Okay. I can speculate. Liverpool, when they are scoring you, they know how to score.
Oh, Debbie.
Yeah.
Offside.
And Effie, yeah, thank you very much. And for everyone who is with us, the whole team, I appreciate you. Thank you for joining us. We'll come your way again, God willing, next week. But listen, on the 14th of this month for Valentine's Day, you may not be able to go out with your partner, but you can decide to join us for a stream of Unhappy Wives, Confused Husbands on the 14th at 6 p.m. If you go to our website, we'll give you a WhatsApp number. If you call that, we'll give you all the details for the show. So you join us. Come again?
They shouldn't call, they should just send a WhatsApp.
Send a WhatsApp to the number.
Yes, and it will be on all our social media platforms.
Okay. So send a WhatsApp to the number, and then you'll get all the details. But it's on the 14th, on Happy Wives, Confused Husbands. Our advice that you watch it with your partner. Whether you've watched it before or not, watch it again. It will be a huge blessing for you. So this Valentine, don't use the fact of the COVID as an excuse. There is something, make an invent of it. You will get to know, let them watch it in your house. You're also watching it in your house. And after that, you can call each other and share your experiences together watching it. And it will be fantastic. And then on the 28th, I would have my first webinar. Details will come your way. Stay blessed. COVID is serious. Don't mind our politicians. Don't mind our MPs. Don't copy them. If you have any suspicions, please self-isolate and get tested. And wear this. Please, wear this. There'll be a time to show what kind of makeups we have. This is not a time.
Yeah.
So pick life first. Choose life first. But until we come your way again, stay blessed. God bless you.
Bless you too.
Honey, won't you come to bed?
I'll be with you. I'll be with you shortly.
Come on, let's go to bed too. And you're doing this.
Sir? Sweetheart, I think it's getting late. You should come to bed.
Get the best-selling novels, The Deal, and Perfect Couple by Uncle Whyte at 40 Ghana cedis each. Available at all Shell shops, selected bookshops, and total filling stations. For inquiries, call 050-554-6010 or WhatsApp 050-554-6030 for your copies.